What's up guys, David here from PhoneBuff.com, and in this video I'm talking about the Samsung Galaxy Nexus and answering some questions you guys have had about the device. Mainly it's two questions I want to talk about. One, you guys have been asking, is the Galaxy Nexus still considered a high-end phone? And two, if it is it worth buying at this point in time? And those are two good questions. To answer the first one, you have to compare the Galaxy Nexus to some of the other high-end phones out there on the market, being the Galaxy S3, which is yet to drop, but once it does, definitely be one of the best available on Android. The iPhone 4S is obviously the best available on iOS, and the Nokia Lumia 900 is one of the best available on Windows Phone. So how does the Galaxy Nexus stack up? Well, let's look at it. The screen on the Galaxy Nexus is 4.65 inches, Super AMOLED, 1280 by 720p in resolution, giving you a PPI, which stands for pixels per inch. Basically, the more pixels per inch, the clearer the screen, of 316. And the only phone out of the three compared to the Galaxy Nexus that beats it is the iPhone 4S, which is 326 ppi, and that's mainly due to the smaller screen size on the iPhone 4S, which is 3.5, even though the resolution is 960 by 640. So overall, I have to say, the Galaxy Nexus is one of the better screens. Everyone has their preferences. Some people like smaller screens, some people like bigger screens, like the Galaxy S3, which has the same resolution, but it's bigger, so the PPI is a little bit less. But, I really like the screen size in here. I love the PPI. I have to say it's one of my favorite screens. I haven't tried the Galaxy S3 screen just yet, but out of the other two, I do like the one on here more. Of course, this is personal preference, but anyway, definitely competes for a high-end phone. So the next thing I want to talk about is the processor. The processor is something that I've complained about in the past about the Galaxy Nexus. It's not the Exynos, the dual-core one. It's not the Snapdragon S4. It's the TI OMAP 4460. But from my speed comparison test that I've done with phones like the HTC One X, with phones like the iPhone 4S, it does compete. It is close. It does get edged out a little bit. It can compete more or less with the iPhone 4S. The HTC One S does kind of blow this guy out of the water. Not out of the water, I wouldn't say that, but the Galaxy S3 definitely would blow this guy out of the water. And of course, the Nokia Lumia 900 only has a 1.4 gigahertz single core processor, but Windows Phone is just so fast, the OS, that it just makes up for that. So I have to say the processor is kind of like okay, but I'd still say it's high end. The next thing is the RAM. Obviously, with the Giga RAM, it has more than both the iPhone 4S and the Nokia Lumia 900 and ties the Galaxy S3, so high end in that regard. The one thing for sure I could say that isn't high end on the Galaxy Nexus is the camera on the back. It's only 5 megapixels, and it got a lot of criticism when it first came out. Nowadays, with new phones coming out like the One X and the Galaxy S3, it's definitely going to be considered not high grade in that regard. The camera is good. I mean, I use it a lot, and it does take decent shots, but it's just not as good as the Nokia Lumia. It's not as good as the iPhone 4S. It's close. I compared it on PhoneBuff.com if you guys want to check that out, but it's just not as good. I'd have to say, and I haven't tried the S3 obviously, but once I do, I'm pretty sure it's gonna perform better than this guy, considering that the S2 did. The next thing I want to talk about is like certain features like Bluetooth and NFC. This guy has NFC. So does the S3, the iPhone 4S, and the Nokia Lumia 900 do not. So that's something to consider. I'd say that makes it high-end because NFC is definitely a new technology, and high-end phones typically have the newer technology. Bluetooth, the S3 and the iPhone 4S have 4.0. This guy has 3.0. The Lumia 900 has 2.1. So it falls right in between those two categories. So I'd say it's still high-end in that regard. Overall, I mean, I'd say, yeah, it is a high-end phone. The camera being the one thing, but remember, the front-facing camera is still 1.3 megapixels capable of 720p, so it is a high-end front camera if that means anything to you. And the next thing I want to talk about is the Galaxy Nexus worth buying? I mean, at $399 unlocked from Google for the HSPA Plus version, which I have right here, that's definitely a steal. It just came out on Sprint, and it's been on Verizon obviously, but is it worth buying at this point? I mean, should you wait for the Galaxy S3? And honestly, the answer really comes down to software. I mean, with the Galaxy Nexus, you're going to get a pure Android experience. With an HTC like One X, you're going to have to deal with Sense for the better or worse. Same thing with the Galaxy S3. But, a lot of those UIs add some value that the stock ICS doesn't. But of course, you're going to get updated faster on the Galaxy Nexus than you are on those other guys. And with Android 4.0 being able to disable apps kind of makes up for the difference. But I'll tell you, I mean, if you're in a contract on a GSM carrier like AT&T or T-Mobile, I'll take a strong look at the Galaxy Nexus because at $400 at full retail value, unlocked, without a contract, it's definitely worth it. I would really consider if you're on AT&T or on Verizon and Sprint, should I say. Maybe I would take a look at the HTC One X personally, or on the Sprint, it's called the Evo. And I might just wait for the Galaxy S3 if I were you guys. But if you're looking for a phone right now, like this month, I would still take a look at the Galaxy Nexus. If you're an AT&T or Sprint, take a look at the Evo or the One X, whatever your carrier calls it. But if you're on T-Mobile, I still think this is one of the better devices. I did a review on the One S, and the One S is definitely really nice, but it doesn't compete with the screen size. It doesn't have NFC, so some of those features are missing. It does have a better processor, the S4. But anyway, hopefully this video gives you a better idea as far as, if you're going to get the Galaxy Nexus, if you haven't got one already, or if you're going to get the Galaxy S3. I mean, I might not get the Galaxy S3 because I'm not that impressed with it. I don't know. I mean, I usually end up getting the new phones. And I say I'm not gonna get it, but I end up getting it anyway. I end up budging. But anyways, not super impressed other than the processor. But the US processor is gonna be S4, so I don't know if I'm gonna get the Galaxy S3. Anyways, hopefully this video helps you. It looks like I went for a really long video. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful anyway, please hit the like button. I hope I'm pointing to the right direction. Anyway, hit the like button, subscribe, and don't forget to visit PhoneBuff.com for more cell phone news, reviews, and how-tos. Thank you.